Hello and welcome to Business Point. It's a program that analyzes the Nigerian economy and the government policies. I am Kike Lomo Okere. Today, our attention is drawn to a pressing issue in Nigerian economy: illicit financial inflow. These illegal funds not only drain our revenue base, but also fuel corruption, weaken the naira, and undermine the national development. To help us unpack this complex subject and highlight the steps the Federal Inland Revenue Service is taking, I am joined by Afiz Ismaila, the MD CEO Ollard Finance Limited, a financial tax and training consultant. Is an expert in tax administration, finance, and economic policy. We are glad to have you, sir.
Thank you.
Good morning, sir.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome, sir. All right, quickly, on the impact, how do financial illicit inflow undermine the Nigerian tax system and overall revenue generation in Nigeria?
Well, thank you once again. You know, basically, if we talk about illicit financial inflows, what we're trying to say is that when capital or fund is being moved illegally through an unauthorized channel, it could be an earned money, but it's not passing through the proper system of where it should. So obviously, it's going to affect government revenue. Let me give one of the key examples. For example, when you talk about trade invoicing, let's talk about when import is being overvalued. Overvalued now. For instance, now I saw maybe a foreign expatriate have a construction companies in Nigeria, and they have a parent company, let's say, in abroad, and they now created a subsidiary company in Nigeria. Then government now took a loan, let's say, from that company, and the government now said, okay, on this funding is going to be counterparting funding. Government will provide 15%, they will provide 80% for that particular project, let's say a railroad project, which is a very infrastructural project. Now, the parent company who is giving loan in forms of physical asset equipment that will be deployed to build that railway station. Now, they now have a parent company who will now bring the equipment to Nigeria. Now, that equipment, there is a possibility that they can overprice that equipment, the PFI. When they overprice the PFI, let's say they establish, they are using bills for collection, they didn't use letters of credit because of level of guarantee, since it is wee-wee. By the time they are repatriating their funds back to their own country, you know that the import value has been overvalued already. It knows that been overvalued already. At that point, they have actually moved out funds from Nigerian economic cycle. Now,
the thing is, why is it that Nigeria particularly is more vulnerable to this illicit financial inflow other than other African countries?
Is our system. Is our system. But let me finish my analysis first so that I don't mix my point. So, you know, at this point, you know, because it's a genuine transaction, they meet their banker, they presented all those bills for collection, PPA and everything, so that when they take it to CBN, they were able to get dollars to repatriate the funds back. Remember, the PFI has been overvalued. So that excess is a fund that is leaving the Nigerian economy. Now they'll classify it as cost of operation or production cost. The moment that is being classified in their financial statement, that reduces the level of profit margin that is taxable to the government. So it's at that point of tax that government is now losing revenue that it should have collected from these multinational companies. You understand? So in that point, and you agree with me that the moment government have lost revenue, is going to affect government in terms of putting investment in critical sector of the economy, like infrastructure, health, education, and so on and so forth. You understand? So that is just it. So it's just for our government to sit right, because there is a need for we Nigerians to be able to protect our financial integrity across the world.
Okay, what do you think the FIRS can do? What practical step do you think they can take to monitor this illicit financial inflow and as well as curb it to barest minimum?
Well, the first thing every organization can do when it comes to issues like this is for us to, first of all, you need to build the capacity of your workforce. Your workforce need to have an understanding of what is being called illicit financial inflows. How can we protect it? How can we identify it? How can we be blocked so that they can actually increase revenue generation for multinational companies? So capacity building is a critical step that needs to be done to the existing workforce of the service, of the agency. Then secondly, I think the current chairman, I think he has actually established some directorates as regard proceeds of crime management and illicit flow. I think he has actually established that since he came on board. Then also, I think I'm also aware because the federal government have been able to do some level of collaboration between EFCC, ICPC, SEC, CBN, Nigerian Customs Service to come together in terms of forming collaboration to see how they can actually block illicit financial flows in Nigeria, to actually protect our financial integrity and create public confidence as far as Nigerian financial system is concerned.
Okay, looking ahead, what could the success story look like for Nigeria in the fight against financial inflow?
Number one is that I need to reduce level of capital flight.
Wow.
In the sense that instead of moving this money outside Nigerian economy to develop another country, this money can stay here to activate economic activities. I know when economic activity is being activated, money will go to people's pockets. In the sense that there will be employment generation, government will also make more money in terms of tax generation to as well. So the aspect is capital flight, and there will be pressure on our foreign exchange, because when import is being overpriced, in line what is not supposed to be, there will be more pressure on our foreign exchange, and that can drain our reserve as a country. So the reality is that government, we need to work together to see how our government can strengthen our compliance mechanism, how we can enhance our beneficiary ownership transparency, and also how we can begin to leverage technology in our financial system, and also increase the level of collaboration among intergovernmental agencies. They all need to work together: EFCC, ICPC, Nigeria Customs Service, Security and Exchange Commission, CBN. They all need to work together for us to be able to achieve this common goal of strengthening our financial integrity, so that we can harness every revenue opportunities for national development.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for putting more light on this topic. Really, thank you for shedding more light on this issue. Really appreciate your coming. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
All right, this is much we can take on this segment. This is where we call it a wrap on Business Point today. Join me again tomorrow on Global Television channel 365 and 276 on Star Time. Till I come your way again, I am Kike Lomo Okere. I celebrate you all.